Copyright disclaimer. Under Title 17 U.S.C. Section 107, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Non-profit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. Okay, this is understanding the legality of blocking sidewalks in California, a detailed analysis. It's from King Lawyer. Welcome to this informative article on the legality of blocking sidewalks in California. As a seasoned attorney in the United States, I will provide you with a detailed analysis of this topic. Let's dive right in and explore the legal aspects surrounding sidewalk obstruction in the state of California. Understanding California law, blocking sidewalks and legal consequences. Understanding the legality of blocking sidewalks in California, a detailed analysis. Sorry if I read that twice. Introduction. Blocking sidewalks in California can have legal consequences. It is important to understand the laws surrounding this issue to avoid potential penalties or liabilities. This article provides a detailed analysis of the legality of blocking sidewalks in California and the potential legal consequences that may arise. California pedestrian rights. In California, pedestrians have the right of way on sidewalks. This means that individuals on foot have the legal right to travel and pass through sidewalks without obstruction. It is essential to respect the rights of pedestrians and ensure that sidewalks remain clear for their use. Sidewalk obstruction laws. California has specific laws that prohibit blocking or obstructing sidewalks, which Scientology is doing right now. These laws are in place to maintain public safety, and ensure unimpeded pedestrian access. Violating these laws can result in legal consequences. 3. Legal consequences. The legal consequences for blocking sidewalks in California can vary depending on the circumstances and local ordinances. Some potential legal consequences include fines, individuals or businesses, and fake religions found guilty of blocking sidewalks may face fines imposed by local authorities. By the way, federal can supersede that, just so everyone's clear. The amount of the fine may vary depending on the severity of the obstruction and local regulations. They're also blocking and impeding people with disabilities from getting through. Not only your just everyday citizen, they are impeding people that have disabilities from getting through that sidewalk, which is illegal. Civil liability. Blocking a sidewalk can also expose individuals or businesses to civil lawsuits. If a pedestrian is injured or harmed as a result of sidewalk obstruction, they may seek compensation for medical expenses, pain and suffering, and other damages. Criminal charges. In certain cases, blocking a sidewalk can lead to criminal charges. For example, intentionally blocking a sidewalk to prevent individuals from passing through, just like Scientology is doing, may be considered a form of trespassing or disorderly conduct, which are criminal offenses. Criminal. Injunctions. If a sidewalk obstruction becomes an ongoing issue, local authorities or affected individuals may seek court orders, known as injunctions, to prohibit the obstruction and require compliance with sidewalk laws. 4. Exceptions. While blocking sidewalks is generally prohibited in California, there are some exceptions to consider. These exceptions may vary depending on local regulations and specific circumstances. Some common exceptions include construction or maintenance activities. Temporary sidewalk closures may be allowed for construction or maintenance purposes. However, proper permits and signage are usually required to ensure pedestrian safety. Emergency situations. In emergency situations where public safety is at risk, blocking a sidewalk may be necessary. However, it is important to minimize the duration of the obstruction and take appropriate steps to warn pedestrians. Understanding the legal status of sidewalks in California, a comprehensive guide. Understanding the legality of blocking sidewalks in California, a detailed analysis. Introduction. In California, sidewalks play a crucial role in providing safe and accessible pathways for pedestrians. However, there may be situations where sidewalks are blocked or obstructed, raising concerns about the legality of such actions. This guide aims to provide a comprehensive understanding of the legal status of sidewalks in California and analyze the legality of blocking them. 1. Sidewalks in California, legal framework. Sidewalks are generally considered public property, and are maintained by public entities such as cities or municipalities. You know, they're bought, so that's a bust. The ownership and control of sidewalks may vary depending on the location, but in most cases they fall under public ownership. Public agencies are responsible for ensuring that sidewalks are clear and accessible for pedestrian use. Clearly, Hollywood, the city council in that, they are not doing their duties when it comes to clearing the sidewalks on L. Ron Hubbard Way and making sure that they are accessible for pedestrians. 2. The importance of unobstructed sidewalks. Sidewalks serve as essential pathways for pedestrians, including individuals with disabilities, elderly people, and those with strollers or mobility devices. Unobstructed sidewalks are crucial for ensuring pedestrian safety, mobility, and equal access to public spaces. Equal access to public spaces. Three, permissible uses of sidewalks. Sidewalks are primarily intended for pedestrian use, allowing individuals to walk, run, or engage in other non-motorized activities safely. Public agencies may permit certain activities on sidewalks, such as sidewalk sales, outdoor dining, or public events, through permits or licenses. The permissible uses of sidewalks may vary between different jurisdictions within California, so it is important to consult local ordinances and regulations. 4. The legality of blocking sidewalks. Blocking or obstructing sidewalks without proper authorization is generally considered illegal. Like putting planters just because you feel like it. Individuals or entities blocking sidewalks may be liable for creating a hazardous condition or impeding the right-of-way for pedestrians. That's what I was saying. Exceptions may apply in situations where temporary or authorized obstructions, such as construction, maintenance, or emergency activities, are necessary. However, even in these cases, efforts should be made to minimize the impact on pedestrian access. Just like them putting those little curtains up there, that's illegal. It's illegal. Doesn't matter if you've got a permit or not, that's illegal what they're doing. 5. Consequences of illegally blocking sidewalks. LAPD should really listen to this one. Blocking sidewalks without lawful justification may result in civil liability for injuries or damages caused to pedestrians. Public agencies may issue citations or fines for unauthorized sidewalk obstructions. Wonder which agencies those would be, because we know the LAPD won't do it. In some cases, individuals or entities may face criminal charges for intentionally blocking sidewalks or impeding public access. And I believe LA Audit or Audit LA, which way, I forget which way it goes. LA Audit, she's been, beating the drum about the fire lanes are not open. So if there was a fire in that building, people are at risk for, what is that called? Death, or at risk for limb and death or something like that. I can't think of the term, but it's very dangerous. Especially when you have people, like 6 to 8 people to a room. Understanding the legality of blocking sidewalks in California. Okay, I already read that one. When it comes to navigating sidewalks in California, it is essential to understand the legal implications of blocking them. Blocking a sidewalk can range from temporarily obstructing pedestrian access to completely closing it off, like Scientology's done. They might have that permit that's not even, I don't even really think that permit that they have is really legal, to be honest. That's my opinion. This article aims to shed light on the legal aspects of blocking sidewalks in California. Sorry, I didn't look up the municipal codes. I thought it was going to be in here. I didn't think about that. So 1, municipal codes. California is made up of numerous municipalities, each with its own set of laws and regulations. Municipal codes generally govern issues related to sidewalks, including their use and maintenance. It is crucial to consult the specific municipal code applicable to your location to understand the rules and restrictions concerning sidewalk blockages. 2. Oh, people really need to listen to this one. The cops need to listen to this too. Public right-of-way. Sidewalks are part of the public right-of-way, which is a land reserved for public use. Hello? They provide safe passage for pedestrians and are an integral part of public infrastructure. Then that also means the security guard has no business asking you where you're going. Like I believe Jessica was going through not too long ago, and the security guard was trying to ask her where she's going. Bye. Blocking a sidewalk, even temporarily, can impede the public's ability to use it freely and safely. Three, pedestrian access. One of the primary concerns when blocking a sidewalk is pedestrian access, and that also includes people with disabilities. California law places a high priority on ensuring that individuals with disabilities have equal access to public spaces, and you have no right to tell them they need to keep moving. You know what you can do with that? Including sidewalks. Consequently, blocking a sidewalk could potentially violate federal and state laws. Yeah, it's violating federal and state laws. We know LA is not going to do anything about it, so maybe it's time to bring the feds in. Blocking a sidewalk could potentially, this is what I was looking up earlier, could potentially violate federal and state laws such as the Americans with Disabilities Act and California's En route Civil Rights Act. It totally is violating all of that. Kind of sounded like a lawsuit, isn't it? Sounded like a lawsuit. 4. Liability for accidents. Uneven or damaged sidewalks pose a risk to pedestrians. Property owners, well, in Scientology, they don't own the streets. They think they do, but they don't, are typically responsible for maintaining the sidewalks adjacent to their properties in a safe condition. If an individual is injured due to a hazardous condition caused by a blocked or poorly maintained sidewalk, the property owner, which in this case actually would, Scientology owes that, they own that property, but they don't own the sidewalk. The property owner may be held liable for their injuries. Better hope none of those protesters get hurt. Or as far as that goes, anyone. Because it's an accident waiting to happen. It really is. 5. Permits and exceptions. There are instances where blocking a sidewalk may be permissible if authorized by the appropriate authorities. Isn't that a real loophole right there? For example, during construction or maintenance work, a permit may be required to temporarily obstruct a sidewalk. Temporarily, you see that? It's a word. It's called temporary. It is essential to obtain the necessary permits, real ones, not fake ones, and follow the guidelines set by the municipality to avoid potential legal consequences. 6. Penalties and remedies. Violating sidewalk blocking laws can result in penalties and legal consequences. Municipalities have the power to issue fines and citations. You see? The City Council of Hollywood, they have the power to do that. For blocking sidewalks without authorization or failing to comply with permit requirements. They're not complying with anything, from what I've seen. Additionally, individuals affected by blocked sidewalks may seek legal remedies, such as filing a lawsuit for damages. I wonder if some of those neighbors around there might be thinking of filing lawsuits. Yeah, I think it would be really easy to find out who owns those buildings around the Scientology Blue Building. I forget what site you go to, but there's always a city site, no matter where you're living, where you can see, you can look up like what property taxes are owed, I believe. Maybe that's not public. I thought it was. But then you can find out who owns the buildings. It's public knowledge. It is crucial to consult with legal professionals who specialize in municipal law or personal injury law when dealing with sidewalk blockage issues in California. They can provide advice tailored to your specific situation and help you navigate the complex legal landscape surrounding this matter. Remember, understanding the legality of blocking sidewalks in California is fundamental to ensure public safety. accessibility, and compliance with the law, LAPD. Understanding the legality of blocking sidewalks in California. As a seasoned attorney practicing in the United States, one of the fundamental aspects of my profession is keeping up to date with the ever-evolving legal landscape. In this article, I will delve into the topic of blocking sidewalks in California and provide a detailed analysis of its legality. However, it is important to note that laws can vary and change over time, so it is essential for readers to verify and contrast the content of this article with current legislation and consult with a legal professional if necessary. Blocking sidewalks refers to impeding or obstructing the normal flow of pedestrian traffic on sidewalks. That's what they're doing. If I was living in that neighborhood, I would just be so upset. Especially there were a lot of people like in that area they'd come and walk their dogs in that. Oh, that would upset me. Let's see here. Where was I? However, it is important to note that laws can vary and change over time. Okay, I read that. This can occur due to various reasons, such as construction work. We already talked about that. Outdoor dining areas, merchandise displays, or encampments. While sidewalks are primarily meant for pedestrian use, there are certain circumstances where temporary or partial obstruction may be permissible under California law. That's only temporary, though. How long have they had those sidewalks blocked off? And you can't pick and choose who can go through a public sidewalk. That's illegal. However, there are exceptions to these general rules. Local governments may enact ordinances that allow for temporary obstructions on sidewalks, but these ordinances must be reasonable, and serve a legitimate public purpose. Exactly. Because the citizens own those sidewalks, not Scientology. They don't own it. For example, a city might allow sidewalk closures during construction. He's already told us this 5 times. During construction projects, as long as alternative routes are provided and proper signage is displayed. They've not done any of that. Scientology has not offered alternative routes, and they are not putting up the proper signage at all. So they're out of, what is that called? They're non-compliant. Okay. Additionally, some cities have implemented programs that permit outdoor. Okay, I already read that, didn't I? Well, I'm going to read it again because I guess he's repeating. Additionally, some cities have implemented programs that permit outdoor dining areas or merchandise displays on sidewalks. In these cases, specific guidelines and permits may be required to maintain pedestrian access and safety. It is crucial to review local ordinances and regulations to determine the legality of such obstructions in your jurisdiction. When it comes to encampments or homeless individuals occupying sidewalks, the legality becomes more complex. Courts have ruled that simply being homeless and occupying a sidewalk is not a crime in itself. However, local ordinance may regulate behaviors associated with encampments, such as camping or storing personal property on public sidewalks, particularly if it poses a threat to public health or safety. That's how they break up all the encampments, I believe. I don't know that much about it. I did work as a social worker and various nonprofit jobs. And you guys, you were not going to get me out there. No offense to homeless, but going out to the encampments just because it was just a lot of work. It was a lot of stress and not a lot of support. So that's why I didn't do it. It was it was too much. Okay, let's see what else. Everybody in those positions always quit, like within 2 weeks. Okay, I want to see. Let's just, for the heck of it, we're going to go. I know it's kind of dry, but it's interesting anyways. Okay. Understanding the legality of blocking a fire exit. A comprehensive guide. I think this is a little different. It's probably not exactly what I was looking for, but welcome to this comprehensive guide of understanding the legality of blocking a fire exit. I think that's talking about maybe a fire station where you're blocking where they drive their fire trucks out. In this article, we will delve into the legal aspects surrounding the blocking of fire exits and provide you with a clear understanding of the subject. I'm going to go down here to, I want to make sure I'm looking at what I'm looking. Blocking a fire exit is not only dangerous, but also illegal in most jurisdictions. The primary reason for this is to ensure the safety and well-being of individuals. Oh, so I am right, you guys. I don't know where the exit would be over there at the blue building. The primary reason for this is to ensure the safety and well-being of individuals within a building. So yeah, if there was a fire at that blue building, it would be bad, man. In the event of a fire, obstruction of fire exits can hinder escape routes, potentially leading to injuries or loss of life. Yes. And the city council doesn't seem to think that's a big deal. Because you know why? Nobody really cares about those Scientologists in those buildings. A lot of people don't. I care about the ones that are not hurting children, or some of these young people that deserve a chance at life. Consequences of blocking a fire exit. Legal penalties. Blocking a fire exit can result in legal consequences for both individuals and businesses. So the LAPD doesn't care, the LAFD doesn't care, the City Council of Hollywood doesn't care. The lives of the Scientologists don't matter. And that's true. Because you guys know, if there was a fire there, it would not be good. It would be bad. It would be really bad. And we don't know, what condition those basements of that blue building are in. I am not an expert with fires, but I just know there's certain things that have to be followed, or else there can be I watched this movie years ago. The fire can be sucked into a tunnel. There's a name for it. I forgot what it's called. And it could actually cause an explosion. Endangering even more people and causing more loss of life and potential death. Legal penalties. Blocking a fire exit can result in legal consequences for both individuals and businesses. Depending on local laws and regulations, fines, citations, or even criminal charges, may be imposed. There should be a lot of agencies acting on this. It's just ridiculous at this point. And this is what LA Audit keeps talking about. So here you got increased liability. By obstructing a fire exit, individuals or businesses may expose themselves to civil liability in the event of an accident or injury. They may be held responsible for damages due to their negligence. Facts. Endangerment of lives. Blocking a fire exit puts the lives of occupants at risk. It can impede emergency responders' ability. Yes, to access the building and evacuate people efficiently. Just reading this gets me irritated. I'm skipping to the conclusion because there's a lot here. In conclusion, blocking a fire exit is illegal due to the inherent risks it poses to the safety of occupants. Facts. LA Audit and other people are actually concerned about the safety of the Scientologists in those buildings. They seem to be unaware, but it's honestly, it's an accident waiting to happen. It's not good. Understanding and complying with fire safety regulations is crucial for the well-being of individuals within a building and for avoiding legal consequences. Remember, it is always better to prioritize safety and take proactive measures to maintain unobstructed fire exits. Okay, I'm looking to see if there's any other. He's got all kinds of articles here, like all different subjects. Oh, this is interesting. I'm not going to get into that, but they've got the legality of residing in a commercial property. I wonder if that. It'd be interesting to see what building code the blue building is like categorized under, because it used to be a hospital, but it's not a hospital anymore. It is a residential building. Okay, I guess that is it for the fire hazards and laws regarding blocking sidewalks. So I will leave a link in the description box. Like and subscribe if you choose. Otherwise, have an amazing day or night wherever you are. Peace.